when you're making those New Year's resolutions, and especially when you're making those spiritual New Year's resolutions, here's a resolution I think you ought to make in your life. I want you to make a resolution to be an intercessor, to intercede in prayer on behalf of others. Now, listen, when I was growing up and we heard about um, prayer warriors or intercessory prayer, people interceding in prayer, here was sort of here was what came into my mind. So I know it's kind of the way it was being portrayed. It had to be, but it was like a little old lady who couldn't do anything else, sitting in her recliner in her rocking chair in her living room. She's got knitting in her lap, and she's the one interceding, and she's the one praying. And listen, that may be a valid representation, but here's what I want to say to you: intercessory prayer is for you. We feel like we're the ones that are out there on the front lines. We're going to battle. We're doing the war. Let me tell you something. There is no higher calling that you could ever do than to intercede on behalf of other people to God. Listen, the work of the Holy Spirit in Romans 8:26, it says that He intercedes for us with groanings which cannot be uttered when we don't know what we ought to pray or how we ought to pray, that the Spirit Himself intercedes for us. Listen, it is a work of the Holy Spirit to intercede on behalf of others. In Hebrews chapter 7, I think it's verse 25, it says that Jesus always lives to make intercession for those who are coming to Him. Jesus, the Spirit, they are interceding. They are standing in the gap between man and God. They are asking God to be merciful, to be graceful, and to pour out His Spirit and His blessings on other people, to pour out His salvation and His grace and His mercy on others. There is no greater calling. There is no greater thing that we could do than to intercede for other people. It takes our focus off of us, for one thing. We stop praying so selfishly. And not only that, you know what? When we're praying for others, it has a way of unlocking and God just meeting our needs. God just meeting the needs that we have because we're not focused on them and we are praying for other people. I'm actually going to talk about intercession, I think, for the next few days probably, but that's a spiritual discipline that I want you to put into your life. There is no greater thing, there is no greater battle, there is no greater spiritual discipline than you could have than to intercede and pray on behalf of other people. Stand in the gap between God and man. Stand in the gap between God and your family. Stand in the gap between God and those you love. Be an intercessor. Get out there and pray today. Love you. Bye.